Sonny's doing okay. He had some hamstring tightness and something he had felt a pitch or two before us going out there and taking him out of the game. It doesn't look to be something severe, but it's something that we're going to assess. We're not going to make any moves right now. We're going to see how he is tomorrow and go from there.
He was okay in the pen and warming up and everything?
Yeah, I think everything else health-wise on his end was fine today until we saw him kind of moving around out there, funny, and stretching it out.
And you got a decent start from Josh Winder.
Josh Winder, that was a huge, pickup job by him for us. I mean, he went out there and, you're right, basically gave us a full start out of the bullpen. We lost our starter in the second inning, and we had a chance to win the game. So, in those types of situations, a hit or a couple of base runners and a big hit, and all of a sudden we're in the ball game. And if that was the case, it would have been because of the way Josh Winder pitched. It was a great outing by him.
With Sonny, usually a guy gets a chance to throw a warm-up toss or two. You guys saw something enough to where you just ruled that out?
He wanted to take a warm-up pitch and see how it felt. But he was out there actively stretching and trying to get it to loosen up. And once you see something like that, we're in the second inning of a game in the first week of the season, basically. Could he have gone out there and thrown another pitch and maybe injured it worse than it was? Maybe, but we wanted to nip it and get him looked at, and those are the kinds of things that can get very very ugly, and we didn't want to let that happen.
Imagine one of the luxuries, I guess, of having 7 starters on your opening day roster is that hopefully whatever happens here, you guys will be able to carry forward without too much disruption.
Yeah, I think we're going to be able to move forward in one way, shape, or form, and not have to make any, large-scale maneuvers here. We did have 7 starters to start the season. You anticipate things happening. You don't know what they're going to be, but you just have to be prepared for these things, especially in a year like this. And, we know we're going to deal with little things like this, and we're going to deal with some bigger issues as time goes on, but we're going to need all 7 of those guys and more guys as the season goes on. But, again, when you have a Josh Winder on your roster who can go out there and do something like that for you, you feel, decent about the decision to have the 7 guys here.
With Josh, there were a couple walks the first time out. Did he seem more settled and comfortable in the second outing?
I mean, he looked pretty sure of himself the entire start. I couldn't be more pleased with the way he threw the ball. He didn't go out there for a few innings and look any different. He didn't want to come out of the game. He just was very focused on coming in, getting ready for his next inning. We kept telling him, keep it going, keep us in this ball game, and he did.
Was today a day that he had been aware that he might have been in the plans?
No. Today was like any other day. We told him to be ready. He had the outing against the Dodgers, and then I believe he's had 3 days since then. He had a full week between his last outing and basically that Dodgers outing. He was fully rested and ready to go. Could he have gone out there, maybe even pitched one more inning? Possible, but he, with 6 ups and throwing as well as he did, and coming out of the pen, I mean, it was more than we could have asked for from him, really.
And Tanner Houck was as good as you were led to believe.
Yeah, Houck threw the ball well. What he did was, even when he got behind and even when he got into these 3-ball counts, he won those early in the game. I think almost every lefty got to a 3-ball count the first time through, or maybe even more than that, and that's usually a good sign for us. Today it wasn't. He got to the end of those at-bats, whether it be 3-1, 3-2, and made good pitches and either got a swing and a miss or got some weak contact and found a way to pitch through it, which is, that's impressive. He again, it was a really good outing from him. He's probably the main reason. They threw some good arms at us today, and those arms are the reason why we didn't really get off the mark in any way. But again, you turn a couple of those at bats around, you kind of battle through another pitch or two and win a couple of those at bats, and you get where you need to be, you can score some runs at that point. But we weren't able to do that, and he got behind, and then we weren't able to take advantage.